The foreign policy of the Joe Biden administration emphasizes repairing the U.S.'s alliances, which had been damaged under the Trump administration, and returning the U.S. to a position of trusted leadership among world democracies to counter challenges from Russia and China. As president, Biden has sought to strengthen the transatlantic alliance between the U.S. and Europe, and he recommitted the U.S. to the NATO alliance and collective security. Biden returned the U.S. to the Paris Climate Agreement and has taken other steps to combat climate change. His administration emphasizes international cooperation to combat the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as U.S. defenses against foreign-sponsored cyber attacks and cyberespionage. Biden's first foreign leader call was with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on January 22, 2021. The call followed Biden's announcement of the cancellation of the Keystone Pipeline. Biden explained that he was following through on a campaign promise and restoring a decision made by the former Obama administration while acknowledging that the decision will cause hardship to Canada. Issues discussed included the COVID-19 pandemic and economic recovery therein, climate change and environmental issues, NATO, indigenous issues and other international relations. In her first briefing, White House Secretary Psaki noted focus on foreign relations would be with friends and allies of the United States, saying, "I would expect his early calls will be with partners and allies. He feels it's important to rebuild those relationships." Biden held his first bilateral meeting with Prime Minister Trudeau on February 23, 2021, virtually. Issues discussed were COVID-19, climate change, detention of the two Michaels in China, the future of NORAD, systemic racism and gender equality. Mexican President López Obrador said that President Biden has pledged $4 billion for development in Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said on February 6 that agreements with those three countries to send asylum seekers back to those countries until their cases were heard was suspended. Biden had a call with Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador on January 22, 2021. On the call they spoke of issues such as regionality and regional migration, reducing immigration across the Mexico-United States border by targeting the root cause, increasing resettlement capacity, providing legal alternative for immigration pathways, improving the treatment of immigrants at the border, adequate arbitration of requests for asylum, reversal of the Trump administration's immigration policies, and the COVID-19 pandemic. Obrador said the call was pleasant and respectful, and that relations between Mexico and the United States would improve in the future. Biden held his bilateral meeting with President Obrador on March 1, 2021, virtually. With respect to the crisis in Venezuela, Biden retained a hardline approach, continuing to recognize opposition leader Juan Guaidó as the legitimate president of Venezuela and declining to directly negotiate with President Nicolas Maduro. The U.S. State Department emphasized that Maduro is a dictator, and that the regime's repression and corruption created a humanitarian catastrophe. The administration indicated that it would not rush to lift U.S. sanctions on Venezuela, but would consider easing sanctions if Maduro took serious steps to negotiate seriously with the opposition. The administration continued support for humanitarian aid to Venezuela. In early March 2021, the administration granted temporary protected status for an 18-month period to Venezuelans who were already living in the United States, having fled the Maduro regime due to the country's economic collapse and repression. Biden has been a proponent of his counterterrorism plus strategy in the Middle East, which he says will end previous discriminatory counterterrorism policies in the Middle East by creating a dialogue with Arab American community leaders on issues of surveillance, policing, and counterterrorism, in tandem with other communities historically affected by securitized relationships with the U.S. government. Biden told the Council on Foreign Relations that his foreign policy will destroy Al-Qaeda and ISIL, ensuring their remnants will not reconstitute themselves. On the day Biden took office, The new administration adopted tighter controls on drone strikes and special forces raids in places where there are few U.S. troops, including Somalia, Libya, and Yemen. The policy halted the Trump-era policy that gave U.S. military officials more discretion to launch counter-terrorism attacks without White House oversight. The temporary measure was put in place while the Biden administration completes an interagency review into the drone policy. The review focuses on whether to restore a 2016 order issued by Obama. Antony Blinken indicated American interest in robust ties between itself